Morning, Reds. Sam from United People's TV here. How are you all doing? It's Friday morning. United are playing their first game of the pre-season tour tonight. Football is nearly back. But in the meantime, we're here giving you all the latest transfer updates. And as always, there's lots and lots to talk about. Let's get straight to it. Apologies for yesterday, guys. We didn't do a video. Sorry. That's our mistake. We're here, but don't worry, we'll be back for more. Straight away off the bat, the big story from yesterday that we didn't cover is Louis van Gaal giving Victor Valdez a slap around the chops and basically saying he didn't play in the under-21s. No, not that he didn't play in the under-21s. He refused to play for the under-21s. He may have made a few appearances for them, but he didn't play for the under-21s for the last 6 games of the season, I don't think. So that would be where Van Gaal's coming from. What do we make of it all? Van Gaal's rule. That's it. It's Van Gaal's way. If you don't agree with it, get out of the club. It's exactly what Fergie did. Fergie got rid of Beckham, Stan, Ruud van Nistelrooy, all these players we thought, what are you doing, Fergie? And he kept it going. Van Gaal's a ruthless man. He has his power. If you disagree with him, see you later, mate. And that's all I've got to say about it. I don't think it's the right or wrong thing to do. I just think if it's what's best for the team, then Van Gaal has to do it. And he did the same thing with Van Persie, although maybe slightly different circumstances. Let's move on to the rumours from today, though. Rafael Benitez, the fat Spanish waiter, has been talking about Sergio Ramos. He's said that Ramos is a key part of their team. They have no intention of selling. He's playing for Real Madrid next year, which is exactly what we expected him to say. And I do sort of see that being what's panning out now. The more, the longer De Gea's transfer goes on, the more unlikely it is. Now he's out in America. Sergio Ramos is out in USA. United are not going to let De Gea go unless Real Madrid come in with a world record bid. By world record, I mean more than what Juventus paid for Buffon back in 2001, which was 31.6 million, I think. And he's currently the most expensive goalkeeper ever. Now, United want Real Madrid to beat that offer if they want to sign De Gea this year. If not, ciao, he's staying. Completely the right thing to do. De Gea is worth more to United next year than a measly 20 million. I mean, you have to imagine how much De Gea can do with this team in front of him. Oh my gosh. Last 2 years, he's been amazing with a pretty average team in front of him in terms of how that team's playing. Next year, imagine we've got De Gea in goal, Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, Darmian, Shaw, new centre-back, Jones, Smalling, Mata, Herrera, glorious team. De Gea is a key part of that. He showed last year how important it is to have a world-class goalkeeper in your ranks, because it doesn't matter how bad you're playing, as long as you've got a top-quality goalkeeper, he can stop the shot from going in, and that's exactly what he did last year. What else we got next? Moving on to another goalkeeper. This one's quite interesting. Sergio Romero, who you all might know, is the Argentinian #1 goalkeeper. Played against Van Gaal in the World Cup, knocked them out in the semi-final when he was in goal, saved 2 penalties from Schneider and Vlar. He also played in the Copa America, won man of the match in that semi-final in the World Cup, and he's currently out of contract, so he's a free agent. And Gianluca Di Marzio, who you will all know was at the forefront of the Matteo Darmian story, and now Di Marzio has said that Man United have offered Romero a contract worth €2 million a year, which is more than what Roma are going to offer him or have offered him. Now he's 28. He's got international experience. He's played under Van Gaal before at AZ Alkmaar in Holland. So there's plenty of reason to suggest why this could happen. And I don't think Lindegaard will be here next year. If he is, I'll be very surprised, because he's good enough to be a decent goalkeeper at a lot of other teams. But he's never going to be United's goalkeeper. Victor Valdez is obviously gone. Sam Johnston, young goalkeeper. I think he could potentially be sent out on loan, but he may stay at the club. But he's not our first choice next year. And will Romero come in and be first choice? Don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that if we do sign Romero, he is David De Gea's potential replacement, or has he only ever been signed as a number 2? Obviously, the Valdez rumours are growing large as well, and it looks like Valencia are leading the race for him. Spanish side Valencia, who obviously Phil Neville is the assistant coach for. Unlucky Valdez if you go there. I'm only joking, Phil. I'm only joking. But yeah, it looks like Valdez is on his way out, whether it would be to a Turkish side, Spanish side, Italian side. We're not really sure at the moment, but Valencia are the team that are being most heavily linked to him. Speaking of someone else who's also been heavily linked, it's Angel Di Maria. Now, these rumours just won't go away. Not in France, not in England. The latest feeling and suggestion is that Van Gaal is prepared to let Di Maria leave if he wants to, for the right price. Now, what do you think that is the right decision? Please let me know in the comments. Personally, I think United have made a real statement with these signings. Schweinsteiger, World Cup winning captain, top class centre mid. Schneiderlin, arguably the best defensive mid in the Premier League last year. Darmian, considered to be the best right back in the Serie A last year. And then we've got Di Maria, who, although he had a weak overall season last year, is still considered one of the best wingers in the world. Now, would it not be a step back for United to make all these big signings, big statements, and then sell one of their best players? Or is Di Maria simply not happy? Is this out of United's control? Is it best to cut our losses now? I think it would be a bit short-sighted to cut our losses now. But that might just be me. Let me know what you think, guys. Got some interesting comments from the video yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago. One from Tommy Fowler. Thank you, Tommy. Now, he's asked, what happens if De Gea stays this season and United outperform Madrid both domestically and internationally? Would he reconsider going home, or is he still completely resigned to joining Real Madrid? And that is an interesting point of view, because what if United storm the league this year and get further than Real Madrid in the Champions League? Personally, I don't think it will change much. I think De Gea's move to Madrid is inevitable, whether it's this year, next year, 2 years. He will return to Madrid and he will play for Real Madrid. I don't think there is anything that United can do to stop it. There may be something United can do to delay it, which is what Ed Woodward is doing this summer. But it remains to be seen whether that leads to anything more than maybe an extra 12 months or even 2 years. It honestly is completely up in the air. And the fact that all of De Gea's family and girlfriend are in Madrid means that it's an emotional family pool which no football club can compete with. And that's the sort of problem. There was another comment down here that I wanted to mention for you guys. Where are we? It's from Jamie Kirby, and he was saying that he didn't want Christian Benteke to join. Now, since then, it's emerged that Liverpool are looking like they're going to sign him for his release clause of £32.5 million. Thank you, Liverpool. I wouldn't want to spend that much on a striker who I feel, and I'm probably being unfair to Benteke here, but for me, he's a target man. He's powerful. He's strong. He's tall. And he's a good finisher. But as an attributes-wise, in a formation next season where United are going to be playing fluid, dynamic, quick football, is Benteke that man that we want on the end of the ball, or is he more a hold-up playing man to bring everyone else into play? I think if we need a plan B, Van Gaal's going to put Fellaini up front. Why would we then sign Benteke to essentially play that role? It doesn't make sense to me. I would see someone as Benzema or maybe Lacazette somebody's much more dynamic got so much more dynamism to their game. That's the sort of striker we should be looking for. And it's come out in the press as well from James Robson from Manchester Evening News that United are after much bigger striker names than Benteke. So we'll see how this one develops. But even though we've spent big this summer already, it's all completely relative. We're still well within our revenues, and this investment is natural, given what's happening with the team right now. That's it for today's UPTV Transfer Daily. Thank you all for listening. Please like the video. Please subscribe to United People's TV. Back on there. And we'll be back later on with a preview video for you guys, because obviously we play tomorrow. Football's back. Gets in. Might only be pre-season, but it's still United. See you later.